Bob and Brad, the two most famous physical therapists on the internet.
Howdy, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical
And
therapist.
together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course,
It's
Bob.
the big question a lot of people have, Brad. Why is my plantar fasciitis not getting better? Sometimes it goes on for months and even years.
Yeah, it can be a real bugger.
So you have to be a detective, and we're going to give you 5 questions
Ooh,
to ask yourself.
this is like a game.
Yep, and you need a game show. And you need to answer the questions. Now, my daughter complained of foot pain for years, but she lived out in Washington.
Yeah.
So I couldn't help her.
Right.
But she finally moved back, thank God. And I looked at her for 20 seconds, and I figured out what the problem was.
Right.
And
Did you go visit her?
I did once, but we didn't, visit.
Wow,
Yeah.
vacation. You don't
So-
worry about foot pain.
Her answer is in the 5th question. So you want to stick around for the 5th question. What was it that I changed in her and I saw in 20 seconds?
And she was grateful.
And she was grateful, yeah. And it worked. So the first thing we're going to do, are you actually healing or protecting the fascia as it heals?
Right here.
So Brad's going to show you how to tape with K-tape, or what else they call it?
Kinesio tape. There, we got a roll
Right.
of it here. We got different colors. Doesn't matter. You can purchase this online at pharmacy stores, wherever.
This is, again, is to
Yep.
protect it as it's healing.
And the nice thing about this is you wear it throughout the day, so it's offering support and allowing the healing throughout the day. It's not too hard to put on, but the first time you do it, this kinesio tape, as Bob and I were discussing,
Takes a little practice.
yeah, because it has the non-stick part that you have to peel off. But if you try to peel it off like this, it's the really hard way. All you do is just rip and pull, and that comes off very nicely. And that takes a little bit of getting used to. But
Now, first off, Brad,
Oh,
I
yeah,
want to
yeah,
show you that the painful part is usually right here on the inner
Ow!
heel. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. It didn't hurt.
So that's where the damage has occurred. You could have a tear in the plantar fascia.
Right. So that fascia goes all the way from here, and then the other tissues connect all
Yeah.
the way here. So we're going to put the
It's
tape.
all like a kind of a long chain.
Yeah, exactly. So this tape stretches. Zero stretch at about 50, and as far as you can go is 100%.
75 to 100, yeah.
Yep. So what we're going to do is no stretch at all, right beneath the big toe or on
Kind of the
second
ball
of-
of the foot.
Yep, right there, no stretch. Then I'm going to stretch.
75 to
Yep.
100.
So here's 100. I'm going to back off a little bit, and then I'm going to come down. And now make sure you have a very clean foot.
Right.
Really scrub it well and make sure it's dry. Because if you have any perspiration or oils on there, the tape will not stick very well.
And the tape can last for days.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You could shower with it.
Oh, I've swam with mine many
Wow.
times. Now, the next is you're going to come around
Once you
here.
cross the heel.
Yep. Notice my foot, I'm pulling it up and dorsiflexing or pulling it up like that. And then I'm going to go all the way, except for at the very end, I'm going to leave some there, pull 100%, and then I go back to 50% on this
So
part.
not as quite a much stretch
Yep.
on that part.
And then the top inch, the last inch or so, I'm going to pull that and no stretch. That's called the anchor.
And then you can even take
Exactly. Take the paper and you're
Wire
going
it
to
up
use
and-
that. They call this setting the tape. And you're going to go back and forth for about 30 seconds on there. Feels kind of good, Work it good.
But yeah, the tape went right over the painful spot.
Mm,
And now that's providing some protection for that.
exactly.
But in case it isn't enough, we're going to hit it with a second piece of tape.
I like this because
Yep.
it offers more support. You're going to have a better.
Plus, it's
Part.
pretty.
So I'm going to pull that, get that off of there. And they're going to start on the medial side or the inside, above the malleolus or the ankle bone.
Yeah.
No stretch to start with. Pull it a little bit to get the non-stick protective tape off. And this we're going to stretch 50 to 75%. Keep the ankle up here. Go right over that sore spot. And then on the back side, if you have someone else do this for you, it's easier, but we thought we'd show you that you can do it by yourself. Continue the stretch until the last inch and
Oh,
see how that looks. What's going on?
my mic's off.
Bob's off. Okay,
Oh, all right.
there we go. And we're done, Bob.
All right.
I'm just going to take some time and do this. You can keep talking,
Now,
Bob.
the rest of these won't take as long, but the first question, second question, are you re-tearing this area in the morning?
Mhm.
So you've got a tear in the fascia. It starts to heal at night, right in here. You're sleeping all night long. You get up in the morning and you step on it. Ow!
It hurts.
It hurts right away. So you re-tear it. So we're going to recommend that before you get out of bed, you put your shoes on to provide some support to it.
Sure.
You could actually tape it right in the morning too. if you
Sure,
wanna.
right before. Well, yeah, you gotta clean it though, so make
Right,
sure you
right.
you could do that with alcohol swabs if you wanted.
So that's two questions so far. The third question: are you working on the scar tissue? The scar tissue is kind of a weakened area.
Mhm.
We want to have it so it gets stronger. So what you can do is you can actually take your hands and you can, well, you may not be able to tolerate massaging right on the area
Yeah.
to start. You might want to work around the area first, but you can actually rub back and forth like this.
And you're
You
gonna
wanna
get deep.
You want to cross the fibers. The
Mm.
fibers run this way.
Mhm.
You're going to massage this way. So I'm going to go ahead and take my sock off too. And I got a Band-Aid right there. But
Oh wow,
we're
Bob.
going to work on this area here. Now, eventually you can work on the area that's actually damaged.
Right, the real tender spot should become less tender,
Right.
and then you can start to massage that and get that scar tissue broken up.
Now you can use a massage gun for this,
Sure.
and they actually are quite handy and a lot easier to use. Now this is probably the least invasive head that we have. This is called it's got an air head.
Yeah, it's like me,
So,
Bob. I'm an airhead.
Yeah,
It's squishy.
oh, that feels good.
I'm going to use the round head. I've been
Sure.
called the airhead. I've been
Yeah.
called the round head. One way or another, the reason I like this is because you can go at
Brad's going to show it the way
Sideways.
he does it. Yeah,
Yeah.
he goes at a sideways angle instead of direct on it like this.
and you have to have a gun that reciprocates back and forth versus one that just vibrates. The thing about this is you don't need it. You can use your hands and your fingers, but your fingers and your thumbs will get sore, particularly if you have any arthritic. So some of your older people, like our age and above, that can be an issue.
If you want to get real aggressive, we have the bullet
Ooh.
head, and that's going to probably be for a little bit later on when
Yeah.
you're really tolerating things and you're giving you're going to go at it aggressively.
I
So,
gotta admit, each gun comes with 5 heads. That bullet head, I don't know if I personally have ever used. I've tried it, but I don't. So you do what works best for you, but you're definitely not going to start out with the bullet
No,
head.
no.
Yeah.
So you can also just take a golf ball and roll your foot on the golf ball while you're sitting at your desk. Brad's going to show it with a tennis ball.
You could start with a
You could
tennis
start
ball.
with a tennis ball.
See, I got a nice blue one here, so I feel kind of like I'm styling. See,
Yeah,
it matches
you're
the
something,
blue. It
Brad.
matches the blue tape, and I'm very concerned about being, hip or whatever you call it. Oh,
All right, next question. Are your shoes worn out? Now, when I say worn out, a lot of people, their shoes begin to wear out on the inside and they lose the arch support.
yeah.
Yours are fine, right?
There's a little wear on them. I only wear these things on video, so I don't really have too many miles on them.
Right.
But they, by the smell of them, I should get some new ones.
You can tell just by looking at it when you're standing on them,
Yeah.
and if your arch collapses,
Mhm.
it's not providing the support. Now, eventually, you may want to work towards zero drop shoes.
Sure.
And this is a zero drop shoe. It has very little heel,
Mhm.
and this will strengthen your fascia as time goes on.
Right.
But you wouldn't want to wear one of these shoes when you have trouble with your fascia already, or when you have a tear in your fascia.
Particularly if you've not been wearing those
Yeah,
prior.
exactly. These are something, it's going to take 6 months to a year to get used to these type of shoes. but your fascia will be much stronger in the end,
Yeah.
and worthwhile.
I'm excited. I'm reading that book, and I just heard the interview that you did with him, and I got to get a pair of these shoes and a few other little gadgets.
Yeah, my son Matt just we got him a pair for Christmas.
Oh,
He
you
was
did?
he was all excited.
Wow.
So, yep. So number 5, this is the big question. What did my daughter have? So I took a look at her and I saw right away she had tight calf muscles. If your muscles are tight in your calf, the motion has to come from somewhere. So if you're tight here, you're going to have more stress on your foot.
Right.
I know that's kind of hard to understand, but
Well, we talked about before when we put the tape on.
Right.
The tissues here are connected here, which are connected to here. So from here to here, everything is connected in a chain.
yeah, I could just see by how far her foot it went up. One side went up much further than the other. But the big indicator was we tried to have her take the massage gun and massage the calf, and it was really tender. I mean, super tender. And she kept doing it, doing the massage over a period of several weeks, and her foot pain went away.
Yeah, boy, this bullet one is really, I wouldn't start with that one
Yeah.
even on my calf. But you do.
Probably, yeah, I do
Yeah,
now.
so she was grateful.
She was.
Did she get you a Christmas present?
Yeah, she did.
Oh, see?
She got me a sweater.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's the 5 questions. If you answer them wrong,
Yes.
you want to correct it and
Yeah.
start doing what we just showed you, and hopefully that'll speed your recovery along.
Bob, I think we should have mentioned this earlier in the video if there's anybody listening anymore. For other answers, you can go to the bobandbrad.com website,
Yeah.
and we have a program section that has about 20 or 30 different tapes or videos that have
On
all this.
plantar fasciitis.
And there's PDF printouts. You can push a button, get a printout of the video or a review or preview of the whole
of the
video.
exercises.
Exercises. It's just a wonderful deal.
And it's free.
free. Not even an email
Right.
is asked.
Our gift to you.
Yes. Enjoy and be foot careful.